Welcome back. I'm joined today by three experts to discuss the issues of the day that are of interest to me. My first guest brings joy to millions of children around the globe every Christmas. Right now, however, he's focused on summertime. Please welcome Santa Claus, or Summer Santa.
I definitely am in summer mode. I'm here in New York to meet some new people, meet some like non-North Pole types, and hopefully, is there like a red light district?
Sure.
Cool. I mean, you know, I'll just be making the rounds. Watch out. I'm going to be putting people on the naughty list.
Wow. My next guest is willing to go to any lengths to break the rules of golf. Please welcome golf outlaw Jason Montague. You're a golf rebel, I take it.
All the way.
And you're willing to fight back, I guess, when provoked.
Yeah, if I need to. Somebody wants to play through, not on my hole.
Wow. And my last guest is one of the most recognizable film directors of the 20th century. A pleasure to have here today. Please welcome Woody Allen.
Thank you, Brian. It's an honor to be here.
It's great to have you here.
I'm here promoting my new film, Blue Jasmine. And
Blue Jasmine.
Blue Jasmine, yes. It's about a woman who goes through a variety of pains in her life. It turns to addiction.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, of course.
Let's discuss Fort Hood, okay?
Yeah.
The trial's going on for Major Nidal Hassan, who shot, I think, 13 service members.
Unlucky number.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Yeah.
And it's been called an act of terrorism by most people, but the government is describing it as workplace violence in the trial. That's how they're calling it. Santa Claus, what's a terrible, terrible thing that's happened to you?
Well, this happened yesterday, and I don't mean to one-up the Fort Hood story. This is maybe worse. Did you know that they closed the Hawaiian Tropic Zone?
Yeah, that's been closed in Times Square?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been closed for some time, and it comes to find out.
Yeah, it has.
I get terrible. The travel agency at the North Pole went out of business because of Travelocity and all that. So I had no idea. I had all these pictures pinned up, and I get here, and it's like a Abercrombie and Fitch or something.
Yeah, they got rid of all the bikini girls are gone.
Oh
I'm
God,
sorry.
not a single bikini. There's all these dudes who stink like cologne. So I'm in there, and I'm like taking these guys by the lapels, and I'm like, where are the waitresses? Where's the bikini contest? Where's the food? Apparently was above average. There's none of that. So they chased me out because they're young dudes.
Sure.
And I went across the street to Matilda, the musical.
Yeah.
And they were in the middle of a thing. They were doing the thing.
Great musical.
I mean, that night was not a great show because I sort of stormed through the audience, and then I was drunk.
You were drunk and you created a scene at Matilda the musical.
Yeah, and for the first half of it, people thought like, oh, is this a Matilda thing? Like Santa Claus, is he like helping her at her boarding school or whatever? And then I suplexed somebody's dad, like a tourist.
What? What?
So they're calling that disturbing the peace, which is
Okay.
really.
Well, if you wanted to whitewash that incident, how would you describe it?
I would call that Santa Claus appears for kids, performs feats of strength.
There you go. Very nice. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Jason.
Yeah.
What's a horrible, terrible thing that's happened to you in the past?
Oh, I guess one of the worst things I've done, I was doing some match play. We were down in this little, course out in Illinois. I was lining up a birdie putt, and my opponent was sitting there, and he was lining up his putt. He had honors, so he was putting first, and I walked across his line, right?
Which is not cool in the golf world.
No. And he gives me one of those,
Right.
just like, that?
Yeah,
like
sure.
you're walking by, and it's just
the audible, I'm going to let you know I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
And how did you respond to that?
Well, my first instinct was to grab my putter, and I didn't want to do that because it was I just bought that putter. But luckily, I still had my pitching wedge, so I grabbed the pitching wedge and I turned around. I smacked him in the face, and then he kind of fell over, and he was like, ah! And then I took the putter and I went reverse that because you don't want to mess up the head of it. And I took the shaft and I just sort of pop, 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 popped him, popped him.
Very Lord of the Flies of you.
Yeah, and then he passed out and had to be, airlifted off of the course because we weren't very close to a hospital at that point.
Okay, if you wanted to whitewash that horrible incident, how would you describe it?
Just say making nut butter.
Woody,
Yeah.
what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
I had sexual intercourse with my daughter, and that was probably and my wife found out about it, and then I had to direct a film with her in it during the divorce. It was called Husbands and Wives, which was very difficult because a lot of the scenes we would be sitting in bed with each other. But I would have Sunny underneath the covers,
No kidding.
lying on top of Mia so that I could feel motivated to pretend to love her.
Wow. If you wanted to whitewash it, how would you describe that whole thing?
Babies making babies.
All right. This week's Under the Table sponsor is very special because it's a charity, and it's run by C.J. Farnham, who is married to Bruce, a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter pilot. Now, during one of Bruce's tours in Iraq, he discovered that wounded soldiers were being sent home wearing little more than sheets and hospital gowns. And that's why C.J. started Operation Undergarment. It's a charity that provides new and unused clothing for injured soldiers returning home from war theaters. Bruce and C.J., parents of 2 young children, pay for all of the costs of Operation Undergarment out of their own pockets so that 100% of the donations go directly to the troops. Please visit operationundergarment.org to learn how you can donate essential new and unused clothing or money to help the Farnhams do what our government should be doing, which is taking care of our soldiers. We'll be right back.
Good.
So how is Soon-Yi?
She's holed up in a hotel room right now, polishing my clarinet.
Brian,
Anthony!
what are you doing, man?
What?
HR's been looking all over for you.
Agnes? I don't think so.
Yeah, she wants to know why you've been walking around the office asking everybody for their underwear, man. Like, what's your problem?
Oh, no. I'm collecting donations for Operation Undergarment.
Yeah, what's that?
See, it's a charity for wounded soldiers. See, a lot of the times when they're injured, their uniforms get discarded, and then when they're shipped off from the hospitals, they have nothing but hospital gowns and sheets.
Oh.
So Operation Undergarment collects new and unused clothing to give to the wounded soldiers. I mean, it's the least we can do, right?
Oh, okay, all right. We thought you were doing something weird. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Brian, come back to bed.
Who's this?
Oh, this is Kate, my intern.
You filthy cad. Come
Oh.
here, come to me.
No. BED is an acronym. It stands for Brian Ending Disasters. It's my charity to help victims of natural disasters like Kate, who lost everything in a flood except for this sexy bathrobe.
Wow, I am so sorry. I had no idea that you were so charitable.
I don't talk about it.
Hey yo, what's up, Brian? Boom! I got your daily delivery of cocaine, heroin, and steroids.
You junkie scumbag.
Oh, no. I designed a charitable robot that runs on cocaine, heroin, and steroids.
I don't believe it.
No, I did. Look. Now, watch this.
Must help those in need.
I designed Charitron to help get drugs off the street.
Man, I was wrong about you. I thought you were like a total filthy dirtbag. And I can't wait to tell Agnes what a really great human being you are.
Well, that's going to be hard because Agnes is on her way to Disney World, courtesy of yours truly.
What? You bought a trip to Disney World for Agnes?
Oh, no. That's what I'd call it when I kill someone who's about to fire me for embezzling.
Operation Undergarment. Bring the troops home in something snazzier than a paper hospital gown. Visit operationundergarment.org today.
Okay, it's vacation time for me. I'll be going to the land of red wine, blue cheese, and adultery. And what's something that our viewers don't know about France?
Well, I have bad news from France. You know the movie Frantic about a guy whose wife was kidnapped in a Paris nightclub?
Yeah?
I filmed the first third of that movie, and I was replaced with Harrison Ford. I wouldn't even be doing this now if I could have gotten that off the ground.
Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that.
People just couldn't not see me as Santa Claus.
Right,
they didn't like. And there's that scene where like a hulking black dude makes him take cocaine.
Uh-huh.
People, it just was.
You're Santa because you're pigeonholed. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are Santa. You're
Yeah,
typecast.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Hollywood's terrible that way.
Sorry. Jason,
Yeah.
what is something folks don't know about France?
It is surprisingly easy to start a riot in France.
Yes.
It's like they are just ready to go. You like throw a punch at somebody, you like yell a couple slurs at
Sure.
somebody, grab a flag, stick it up in the air, and you got like 30 people at your back.
I mean, that could start a riot anywhere, actually.
Well, okay, but it's fun in France.
Yeah, they do get into the whole revolution thing.
Yeah, and then la 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 la.
Yeah, that's how they talk.
Yeah.
That's right.
Woody, what is something folks don't know about France?
When you get there, the first thing you're going to notice is that there's a remarkable trade-off. And that trade-off is that the women walk around without bras.
Yes.
And often just topless. But
On the beaches.
they stink like a Somalian garbage pile.
That's all the time we have for this week's BS of A. Like us on Facebook, love us on Twitter, check out our clips at carlosdanger.com. And by the time this episode airs, I will be in France, so when you hear that they've surrendered, you'll know to whom. Good night, America. So, have you been to Somalia?
Only on a Future Wives expedition. I need to find someone who hasn't been exposed to modern media.
Well, then you're in the right place there.